Welcome,
Hello, everyone.
Yes, this is our second Learn with StreamYard, right?
Episode 2. Happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's been quite a busy week for us here at StreamYard, but you know, I'm glad that you all are spending the time to join us just for this quick this tutorial, basically. You know, and I know we've got a great guest this week, right? So do you want to tell people a little bit about Olga, Julie?
Yeah, so we have Olga Bedrina from wave.video, and I'm super excited because Wave is such an awesome tool that makes creating simple videos for your brand super easy. And it's not just countdown timers. There is so many amazing capabilities. So if you haven't checked out Wave, you'll make sure you want to go check out Wave. Olga will talk lots about that. But specifically, we're going to talk about making a countdown timer in Wave. And so I'm so excited to introduce Olga and bring her on the screen, and we'll get to know a little bit more about her and her role at Wave and all about countdown timers. So welcome, Olga.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here with you today and talking about countdown timers and just Wave video creation in general. So I'm a product marketer at wave.video, and wave.video, if you guys are not familiar with it, it's an online video maker that empowers people to make videos from scratch or from a template, videos for social media, for video ads, for promotions, blog posts, just about anything you can think of. Wave got you covered. And so I'm actually excited about the topic of our conversation today, because it kind of brings the video creation that Wave Video is good at, together with live streaming that StreamYard is the pro at. And so this is the topic of our conversation today: countdown timers and how to make them for your live shows. When it comes to live videos, every little detail counts, from the way you greet your customers and the way you greet your viewers. By the way, guys, it's exciting to see y'all here, and let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. And if you have any questions about the video creation, and I love it. Thank you for that. It's great to see y'all tuning in. Right. So every little detail counts, from the way you greet your viewers to the way it's great, to the way to the topic of your conversation. And in this regard, countdown timers are actually a powerful marketing asset that can help you to reinforce your brand and can help your viewers to really will engage with your brand better, and for your videos eventually to rank better and to be there for your videos, for your viewers. So here's what we're gonna talk about today. First of all, we're gonna take a look at what the countdown timers actually are, if you aren't familiar with those. After that, we're going to cover the key elements of a great countdown timer. Then I'm going to share some of the examples of great countdown timers and what we can learn from those. And finally, I'm going to show how you guys can create your very own countdown timer in wave.video. After that, I believe Christian and Julie are going to share with you guys how you can add a countdown timer to StreamYard. And there is this cool feature that I haven't really thought of before. It's how to put the countdown timer on top of your video. Like, for instance, when somebody's speaking, how to add the countdown timer to that. So we have a lot to cover. So without further ado, let me just switch to the presentation and start. All right. So what is a countdown timer? Well, it's actually what it says on the tin. It's a virtual timer that counts the time down to the beginning of your show. Normally, you would insert it at the beginning of the show, like the one, for instance, before this show began. You saw this countdown timer that counted the time down and kind of building anticipation. So why would you actually want to use a countdown timer for your live streams? Countdown timers are a powerful means or powerful asset that can help you to build anticipation even before the show began, because who really wouldn't want to know what happens after the clock hits 0, right? Well, in this regard, countdown timers really encourage users to join the show. You probably worked really hard to promote the show, to bring people onto the show. You probably sent out email blasts, you notified people on social media, you sent out notifications. So all this to let people know that there is this great show that they need to tune into. Well, in this regard, a countdown timer gives you this additional time to send out this one last tweet or to craft this one last Facebook post to bring more people in. Secondly, countdown timers help viewers to not miss the start, because if they know that there's this clock ticking and it's this clock counting down to the beginning of the show, they're going to know how much or how little, for that matter, how little time they have before the beginning of the show. And really, it just kind of creates this special atmosphere and gives them this last minute to grab a cup of coffee and tune into your great show. Finally, countdown timers help you to boost your live streams. Well, how is that? You might be wondering. Well, you really want to, when it comes to live streaming, you really don't want to go live right at the very last second. You normally would want to hang out probably like about five minutes before the show. This kind of people tune in to chit chat in this waiting room, so to speak, and they exchange comments. And by the way, do let us know if you have any questions along the way. This engagement, so to speak, this sends a signal to algorithms that your videos are watch-worthy and that your videos need to be promoted and need to be shown to a larger number of people. So in this regard, countdown timers are great. All right, next one up. How long should your countdown timer actually be? Well, there is no right answer to this question, because you might have seen on some of the e-commerce websites, like you would go to a website and you'd see that there is, oh, well, the sale ends in 2 days, or time left to download 19 minutes and 12 seconds. Well, this kind of plays on FOMO, the fear of missing out. When people know that there is this little time they have left before something ends, before something of value ends, they really want to grab this special deal. They really want to convert. And this partially true for countdown timers as well, because when people know that something is about to start in just about a minute, they'll make sure to be there. They'll make sure to watch your show. Especially for retail, the sale might be running for several days, and the countdown timer might be up for several days. When it comes to live streaming, you probably you can set up a countdown timer even 1 week before the event. And actually, when you schedule a live stream, when you schedule a live show with StreamYard, and you want to stream to YouTube or any other platform, for instance, I think YouTube is going to show you like that the show is about to start in several days. But if creating a longer countdown timer is optional, I'd strongly encourage you guys to create or to use a countdown timer a few minutes before the show. This way, you'll get all the benefits from that we have already discussed from the countdown timer. All right, so the next one up are some of the key elements of a great countdown timer. What actually makes for a great countdown timer? What are the key elements that one should pay attention to? Well, the first one is obviously the clock, because you'd need a clock to let people know how much time they have left, or how much time they'll still have to wait for your great show to begin. In this regard, really, countdown timers are a great marketing asset that are sometimes overlooked by people, because it doesn't only the timer doesn't only serve a practical purpose, but it can also help you to reinforce the brand and help people to know that it's your video they're watching. So when it comes to the clock, there are different types of clock that you can go with. It's the round clock, digital, analog, flip clock, so you name it. And also for the clock, if possible, you can also use the branding that you have in place. So you can use the same font and the same colors that you use elsewhere for your videos. So here are just a few examples of the clocks that I prepared for you guys. The second element that you want to pay attention to, that is just as important as the clock, is the background, because the right background can also help you to create the right atmosphere for the show. For instance, if you go live around the holiday season, you can use the thematic background to kind of create the special atmosphere. It's also true. It's also helpful to use different backgrounds for your live streams, not only for the countdown timer, but for the show as well. And I believe that StreamYard has this option as well to set different backgrounds. Finally, don't forget to use your own logo, because the logo is one of the most powerful marketing assets that can help you to reinforce the brand, to stay consistent with your brand. Adding the logo to your countdown timer can really help people to know, to make sure that it's your video they're watching. And here I also have an example from StreamYard. This is the short GIF. See how there is this StreamYard duck that's there about to start speaking, about to start live streaming, and we'll also see the StreamYard colors and the names of the speakers. So really, best practices in place. All right, so do we have? I'm just going to check if everything is ready and working. All right. So many comments. I'm excited about that. I think we're going to have time at the end of the show to answer all of the questions. All right. So what are now that we have taken a look at some of the key elements of great countdown timer, let's take a look at some of the examples that we have. The first one is the StreamYard default timer, and if you have tried using StreamYard, I think you might have seen it, because it's the default timer that just simple, and sometimes we use it. We at wave.video use it for our videos as well, because due to its simplicity and due to the universal background and just the plain clock that counts the time down, it can really be used for any kinds of videos. The next one is an example from my team at wave.video, and I'm just going to demo it for you. I hope you guys can hear the audio, but if not, it's fine. It's great to look at as well. All right, so as short as it might be, because it only counts the time down for 5 seconds, together with the name of the show and together with the pictures of the speakers, it makes for a fine countdown timer, and together with well, like a full intro video, if you will. And in just a little bit, I'm going to show you guys how you can create your very own countdown timer, just like this one. Well, almost. And finally, there is this example from TubeBuddy. Let me just show you real quick. It's simple and yet very efficient and effective, if you will. It also puts all the best practices in place. You can see the TubeBuddy logo here and this nice background that kind of builds up anticipation and creates the atmosphere of something scientific and or something interesting just about to happen. All right, now that we have taken a look at all the different examples that we have of all the different countdown examples, I am going to show you guys how you can create your own countdown timer using wave.video. And for that, in order to create a countdown timer with Wave, you just need to head over to, let me see if I can do it here, to wave.video.
Olga, while you were doing that, Michael Daniels is asking if that is a transparent design.
The design that I used is the layout, and we have all the different layouts in wave.video, and I just put the text here, and this is actually just it's a GIF that I pre-recorded and then uploaded to Wave. So I just added it to Wave as a sticker or as an image over video, if you will. I hope that answers the question. Yeah, let me know if you have any further questions. All right, I think I'm still sharing the same tab, so let me switch to a different one. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think it's up. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so in order to start making your own countdown timer, or any other video for that matter, you'd want to head over to wave.video, and it's the URL is just as the name reads, it's wave.video, and you then need to create an account with the platform. Well, since I already have an account, I just logged in, but you would just need to create your own one, and it's just going to take you a minute or so. After that, the easiest way to start making videos is with the template, and I encourage you guys to check this out first. So I just head over to templates. And Wave comes with almost 1,000 templates for any occasion and for any use case or industry. So I'm sure that you guys are gonna find videos suitable not only for countdown timers, but just about anything else. And the beautiful thing about wave.video is that you don't only want to use the templates as they are. You know how there are some tools that only allow you to change a little bit of text and just add your logo, and that's it. Well, in Wave, you can go all creative with the templates, or create a blank video from scratch. But today, for the sake of keeping things simple, I'm just gonna go with the templates, and let's discover some of the countdown timer templates that we have. So since this is the topic of our conversation today, I'm just going to type in countdown and hit enter. And here are all the different templates that we have for the occasion. You can just hover over them to kind of take a look if this is something you want to be using. You can also just click on the template to preview it, play it in real time. You can, and the nice thing about Wave is that you can basically create one video and then convert it to all the different aspect ratios. So for instance, if you want to create a countdown timer for YouTube, going with the horizontal format would probably make the most sense. But if you're creating a video for Instagram, for instance, square would be the option to go with. And also IGTV would work best for, well, IGTV and the stories that there are plenty of on all different platforms like Facebook, and I believe YouTube also has stories now. So with Wave, you can easily adjust the same timer for all the different formats. So once you're happy with the template, I'm just gonna go with this one for now. Marketing Masterclass intro. Sounds great. Let me just preview it. Perfect. It has the countdown timer, it has the name of the show, it has the images of hosts. So I'm just gonna go with this one. I love this. I love this one. So once I have selected the template, I hit edit template and it just opens in the browser, in the video editor. So before we dive into the actual video editing, I'm just gonna give you guys a brief overview of what the video editor is about and all the different features that we have so that you know your way around. Also on the left-hand side, you can, we have this panel with all the different instruments to work with. For instance, you can resize the video to the different formats to go with. You can choose another template and open it from the editor. Here's where with stocks and uploads, here's where we have the library, the stock library that comes with Wave in case you wanna substitute the background image for a video or for another image or anything, just about anything you can think about. We have this in Wave. You can also upload your own assets, and here's all the stuff that I have in my uploads bucket. And finally, here on the edit step is where the actual video editing happens. You work with this canvas at the center, and here's where you have all the different elements of the video. For instance, in our template, we have the background, and here's the text. And once you click on the element on the canvas, you also see this panel on the right that allows you to customize the element to your liking. For instance, for text, you can change the text color, the background. You can change the, I don't really want the background. You can add the shadow, you can align the text, you can change the font. So just about anything really, in order to help you stay consistent with your brand, in order to help you create that very perfect countdown timer. Finishing with this menu on the left, we also have different layouts. And just recently, we added some great ones, some great layouts that allow you to combine several videos and images on the screen. I'm not going to go into too many details at the moment, but just to let you guys know that you can create collages and go artistic with your countdown timers. With Wave, you can do all that. Finally, we have overlays and stickers that you can add to your videos that can also play on the countdown timer, the GIFs and your own uploads as well. Finally, you can add a watermark to your video. Do you remember how we just mentioned that adding a logo to your countdown timer can really help your videos to stand out and for your audience to know that it's your video they're about to watch. And we also have the audio library that comes with Wave. And with Wave, you can add an audio to your videos. And then we have captions. It's a recent feature. I'm not going to go into that at the moment, but just to let you guys know that it's there. All right, so back to our countdown timer. So here's what we have, and I'm just going to replay it for you real quick. So basically, what you see on the timeline is different scenes, and in Wave we operate in scenes. And in order to create a countdown timer for my video, this is what I'm going to do. At the moment, the countdown timer is only 5 seconds long. I want to extend it a little bit and make it 15 seconds long. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag the very end of the scene. Let's see how I just dragged it. I hope you guys can see it well. Let's see. Yeah, looks like let's make it smaller a little bit so that the features are bigger. So this is what I did. I just dragged the end of the scene to 15 seconds. See that it's at the 15-second mark. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I obviously need to add more numbers to the video, because for now it only counts from 5 all the way down to 1. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna copy this thing. Copy this text block, because basically the way my countdown timer works now, it's the text blocks that change, that come one after the other. So in order to create more text blocks, I just copied this. It's a bit tedious, but really it doesn't take that long. There are all the different tools that you can use to create countdown timers, from Adobe products to something as easy as inserting your own the date and time of your show to Google, and it's just going to generate this countdown timer for you. As simple as it is, it doesn't really allow for much customization, but of course you can still go with these tools as well. Well, Wave is a great solution because it combines the simplicity and the customization side of things as well. So here's what I did. I just well, as you saw, I just copied the first text block, but for now it still reads 5, 5, and 5. So then I'm just gonna go and manually correct the numbers, so they go from 14. I'm sorry, 14, and then it's 13. No, this is not how how long it's going to be. Okay, 12, 11. Just bear with me for 10 more seconds. All right, 9 and 8. And then it's 7 and 6, the last one. All right, this looks much better now. So it goes from 15 to 13 to 12. You get it.
I'm going to jump in real quick. We had Rio 197 who had asked, can they be made changeable? So I wanted to make sure that he knew that this is how you make it changeable, so you can change the time. Either you need to shorten it or increase it. This is how you would go about doing that, Rio.
And
yes, thank you, Julie.
And let me add something real quick to that as well, by the way. So a lot of people, use Canva, for example, and there's other services that, they offer countdown timers. The one great thing that I really like about this is that most of the services, if you need a file, you're stuck with the standard template they're going to give you. You can't extend them, for example. And so that's one thing that I really I'm glad that Olga is demoing this, because that means, you can create a 5-minute countdown timer, a 60-second countdown timer, a 30-second one, very, very, very quickly. So thanks a lot.
Yeah. And you guys keep asking your questions. I know that you feel like we're not answering them right now. I want to let Olga get through her presentation, but we will be coming back. I'm watching them. I've got them marked and ready to come back and answer your questions. So keep going, Olga.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that. All right. So back to our video creation. So we have the first scene ready. The next thing that I want to do with this very scene is I want to change the background, because for now I have the microphone, but I really want to change it to something different. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit this, the button replace, and I'm just going to type in something in the search field. So there are a lot of videos and images that come with Wave, and this is what I meant when I said that there is the stock footage library available with Wave. So for now, I'm just going to go with some nice image. I'm just kind of like this guy here. Okay. All right, perfect. He's really onto something. He's really going to watch something amazing. All right, so since there is a color filter added to the first scene, it keeps the video consistent. All right, much better. Okay. And of course, for the text block, you can also use a different text effect if you want to. I'm just going to stick with this one for now, because I think it goes well with the timer. It's kind of all the number just popping up there. All right, so now that we have the countdown timer part, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the name of the show. So welcome to, say, I'm just gonna go with marketing masterclass. I'm gonna change it to capital. So this is the great thing about Wave, that you can just easily change the text. It's just as easy as typing. And also, I want to change the background color to match my brand. So I'm going to make it blue, and I'm going to make the letters blue as well to kind of go well together. I can also change the background. Let's make it white or blue, or, well, this one was actually better. So I'm just going to stick. Well, my favorite tip when working with templates is not to mess up with too many things at once, because, well, our design team really put a lot of thought and effort into creating the templates. So as much as I love working with Wave and going all creative, I think they probably know better. So I just tried to change a few elements at the same time. Like, for instance, I might change the font and the color, or just the text and the background color. So not all of the things at once, because otherwise the video is just going to lose its beauty, really, and its consistency. I can also add another transition between the scenes, like this one. Okay, looks good. And finally, I would probably need to substitute the pictures, because these are not the people that are going to be speaking at my show. I'm just going to replace it with my own picture. And I'm just going to type in my name. And together co-hosting with me would be my colleague, Alona. I'm just going to put her picture here as well. I hope she doesn't mind. I haven't really asked her permission. Hi, Alona, I hope you're watching. You look beautiful in this picture. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay, and the last one is let's dive in. So I'm just going to leave it as is. I don't know if you guys were able to hear the music, but it's actually here as well. It's right there. And see how I extended the very first scene from 5 to 15 seconds. And now I want to drag the audio track to the very end as well. That's actually it. when it comes to creating countdown timer from the template. The last thing I also want to do is I want to add a watermark. So I head over to this step watermarks, and I go to uploads. Let's see if I have, right there. I'm just gonna put it there. Okay, wait for it to, oh, it wouldn't load though. I guess it's, this one is broken. Let me add a different one. Okay, something weird with my editor. But anyway, you can add the watermark here. Just head over to uploads, and it will show up on the screen. Okay, so once you're happy with the video, I hope you guys are, yeah, we're doing fine. All right, so once you're happy with the video, you would just need to head over to the step publish and choose the quality, the resolution for your video, and just hit render, and download it to your computer. So that's pretty much it when it comes to creating a countdown timer from a template with Wave. And it really took me about a bit longer than I anticipated, but still it's pretty easy, and it really allows for all kinds of customization options, and just going all creative, or keeping it as simple as you want, really. Okay, Julie, how are we doing? Do we have any questions from?
Yeah, we do have a few. So I'm going to bring just this up on screen. So we had Michael Daniels, who asked, how are the WAV files created? I hope that answered your question, that you create them in the Wave Video Studio, and then you download it. And once you download it, Christian's actually going to go through a little bit of a demo of how to add it into StreamYard. And we've had quite a few questions on some of the GIFs and the transparent options. So Christian's going to do a quick little demo on that as well for everyone. So I want to make sure. We had somebody ask if this is a paid feature of, I don't know if you're asking if this is a paid feature of StreamYard or a paid feature of WaveYard. It is a paid feature of StreamYard to add the custom countdown timer. So you can let me know, Olga, on the Wave side.
Sure, you can create videos on a free plan in Wave as well, but in order to be able to download them, you'd have to have a paid plan as well. But you can still, okay, if you create a video on a free plan with Wave, you can still upload it directly to social platforms like to Twitter or Facebook. But in order to be able to use it as a countdown timer on StreamYard, for instance, you'd need to have a paid plan in order to be able to download it first.
Gabrielle, we will get to your question here with Christian. I love Marisa's tip about using a countdown timer in the middle of your show for an intermission. I think that is brilliant. So thank you for sharing that tip.
That's a great tip, Marisa. Thank you for sharing it.
We have had a couple of cost questions as well. So how much does it cost to use Wave? Okay,
with that, I'm going to, can you still see my screen? I think, yeah.
I can bring it up.
I'm just gonna, okay, sure, that'll be lovely. I'll just open the pricing page, just show the different plans that we have. Okay, yeah, I'm on. So you can check it out at wave.video/pricing. So here's the free plan. And we also have options for creators and the business plan. And this would be, the creator would be $39 per month, and business plan is $79. And that comes with, you can use the templates, the stock library that comes with Wave, the audio library, just everything that we have.
Awesome.
Okay, I hope this I hope this answers the question.
Yeah. So we asked, can you do this on Chromebook?
Absolutely. Well, Chromebook, because since Wave operates in a browser, you'd only need an internet connection and the browser in order to be able to open it. So that's the beauty of it as well, because it works in any browser really, and on any device. So
I love some of these comments. We had great demo, and I agree that was excellent. This was learning for me too, because I've played in the Wave Studio, but I've not actually created anything. So I'm excited because as Christian chimed in with the Canva templates, they are fixed. You can't go edit them. So they're useful for something quick and fast, but what you get is what you get. The only thing you can change on those Canva templates is the music, or you can trim like the front end if you need it shorter. But that's the extent of your capability from those templates. So I'm really excited to go create some custom ones for our shows. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can go all creative with Wave and customize.
Here is the link for everyone if you need to go check out the pricing yourself. Let's see. Are there any, let's see, I see lots of great visual content and the editing looks very easy and natural. Are there dynamic automatic objects, example, a progress bar? Okay, so I think like the bar kind of moving across that would show you the progress.
Oh, I see. That's a great question, Jeremy. At the moment, we don't have such a feature. We don't have a progress bar, but I believe it is in the pipeline for us to be developed in the nearest future, together with, for instance, waveforms. You know how like when you're speaking, they generate a waveform, which is great for podcasters, for instance, or for other video loving folks. So hopefully it's coming soon.
Purgatory says that they are on the pricing page and they're seeing pricing of $20 and $40. So maybe a special for new subscribers?
Well, I'll make sure to discuss it with the team, but just to make sure, could you please double check that you're on wave.video/pricing and not Animatron, which is our second product for creating animations. So just to double check, it's wave.video/pricing.
Let's see.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. I'm so glad that you liked the presentation.
All right. Well, I think we are ready for Christian to jump in and to show us the next part. If he's ready, we'll see.
Definitely. Okay.
There
So
we
this
go.
has been really awesome. And I know a lot of people, I know you have questions on the transparent feature. How do you do something where if you have, for example, a speaker and you want to say, hey, you know what, they have 5 minutes or 3 minutes or things like that. So what I want to do first, though, is I just want to quickly talk about, as Julie mentioned, how do you go about bringing these into StreamYard? And so let me see if I can do this. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to share my screen and I'll show you guys the tab. So basically, I mean, you create these in Wave Video. Once they are finished, you're going to download them to your computer's hard drive. And then within StreamYard, what we're going to do is we're going to simply, let me see if I get the right window here. Hopefully I got the right window. I think. Okay. So what we're going to do here now is I'm going to bring this up. So this is my dashboard. And as you can see, hey guys, how you doing? So basically you download the file directly in StreamYard, from Wave Video to your computer. And then all we're going to do is go to the brands tab here on the right-hand side. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom. And as you can see, there's a lot of other things going on here, but we have video clips. And we're going to just simply click the upload button, select the file on our computer. And then that's going to then be something that we can bring into the broadcast. So for example, this is a timer that I put together really quickly. I'm just going to bring that up. And so as you can see, this will actually play, it'll count down. And then I'm going to still be on screen here after this ends. So that's the way to do a standard countdown timer that you could play at the beginning of your broadcast or in the middle of the broadcast, as Marissa mentioned, and whatnot. Okay, so if you have questions on that, just do me a favor, put those in the comments. If you have any other questions on that, let me know. That's an MP4 file. I do see one question here. Can you use the videos as a background? And that's not something that we support in the StreamYard product right now. So you can't go in and play a video in your background, for example. That also does get to be a very resource intensive task. I'm sure you can use some third-party tools as well for that sort of thing, but directly in StreamYard, no, it doesn't work directly in the product. Okay, So now what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to now switch over to, well, the other question that people had, it was about making uh, how to make a timer that you can put on screen. So I want to give you all just a quick demo of what that would look like. So, or sorry, actually, you know what? Before I do that, let me answer this question. So, what's the best way to make a transparent GIF timer? Let's say we were having a debate. Great question, actually. So, I want to show you two things. So, the first thing is this first one, and the reason I'm showing you this is because, well, there are things you need to be aware of. So, this is what it might look like on screen. Now, one thing I want you to do is if you watch this, it's counting down. However, if you notice there, it got to about 4 minutes and 55 seconds and it restarted. So it's sort of, so that's if you're using an animated GIF. So some of the animated GIFs that you bring in, they will be, how can I put it? Sometimes they're glitchy. And so you do have to play around with the animated GIF. Now, as far as one that actually does work, I also have this one. And this one, for example, it's a 5-minute countdown timer. I'll show you guys how I actually found this. And so basically, this now can be on screen, and this will actually count down. Now, it will get to the end of 5 minutes. And at that point, you are going to have to remove it from the screen. It doesn't remove it automatically. So what I want to do is I want to just show you how I would go about doing that. And, and again, I mean, there are other more advanced ways to do this, but they do involve a lot of software and a lot of other ways to get around getting a countdown timer directly on screen. So it's not an easy process, by the way. So this is actually the easiest way I've found so far. So let me show you how this will work. Okay, so here I am. So the first thing I would actually do, and I would recommend, so I would actually say, you know what, let's go to Google. We're going to look up a 5-minute countdown timer animated GIF. Now, what you're going to find here, you're going to see all these different countdown timers. And as I mentioned, you do have to experiment with them because there are file size limits. So your animated GIF needs to be, I think, about 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 megabytes. And so first thing is we're going to find something that we want to use. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to download that, and I can find that at jiffy.com, for example. There's also Jiffy Cat as well. They're all very similar. So find something that you like that sort of works with your brand. And then in addition to that, so now once we have that, here's what I'm going to do. So here I am. I'm in my StreamYard dashboard, and I want to point out just a couple of things to you all. By the way, I do feel like I'm sort of like watching a bit of a football game because now I can actually draw on screen and you guys can actually see this. So for example, this is the countdown timer here, for example, that we're going to make. So basically what I've done, I've gone to images.google.com. Actually, what just happened there? Let me switch back to my camera. Okay, so let me actually see if I can bring this back up. And I'm running this through a switcher, by the way, guys. So it may not, let me see.
While you're figuring that out, Christian, real quick, I want to bring this question up that's from Permafrost. Yeah. That's a 2-part question. So it says, can you set the brand video to play at the end of the countdown? For example, we have a theme song that plays at the beginning that starts with me clicking as soon as we actually go live. And so I think, and you can correct me, but I think basically you would just add your brand video into your countdown timer video. You would make it one video. So your countdown timer would end and it would go directly into your brand video would be the easiest way to go about that. Olga is shaking her head yes down there. So I'm going to bring her up real quick. That would be the easiest, is that's how she did that, where she had it from the countdown timer and then it went into the event that you were attending and then went into the speakers. And so you could have that whole transition all together into one video, and you can have up to 5-minute videos.
Definitely. That's what I would do. I mean, Olga, anything you want to add to that?
Not really. I think you guys just phrased it beautifully. I think you would first need to add the countdown as a first scene. Well, if you were doing it in Wave, for that matter, you would first add a countdown timer as the first scene, and then you can add as the second scene. You can add just as many clips as you want, including your brand video.
Perfect. Well, let's let Christian finish up, and then that way we can get to the giveaway time.
Definitely. Let's do that. So here's what I'm going to go back to my screen here. And so basically what I have going on here, pretty simple. Let's just do that. Okay. So basically, as I mentioned, we're going to be creating this kind of countdown timer. So basically, and I don't want to say creating, we basically are just going to Google. We're Googling an animated GIF that's like, a 5 minute or 3 minute, for example, that you want. So a lot of times you're going to have to actually make these in another program. So you might have to use, maybe a Photoshop or any other, like there's GIF Brewery, I think is another one. So you're going to have to create that. Now, once you have that though, so here's how you actually go about using these. So basically we're going to go and remember how we were making we were adding the countdown timer at the beginning of the broadcast. What we're doing now for this one, we sort of have to, I don't want to say trick it, but like you want to actually put it here in the logo section, actually. Sorry, let me actually make sure that's clear. So you want to put it in the logo section. And then what's going to happen now when you do that is, as you can see here, sorry, we have this one here. And then what I'm going to do now is if I actually want to, remember, it's always going to now show up here at the top for you. So you don't have the ability to reposition it, things like that. So for example, if you decide you want to put this on screen, and let's say you also want to have your logo, this is where I might consider using the overlays feature down here to have your logo, for example, to be able to bring that up during your broadcast. So just to kind of walk you all through that real quick, taking all my stuff off screen here. So basically, if we want to make this, we're going to go and download our countdown timer that we find, our animated GIF. Again, search for 5-minute animated GIF countdown timer. Then we're going to go here to the logo section, and we're simply just going to add it right here at the plus sign. So right here. So that's all you're going to have to do. And then now what you're going to be able to do with that is, I'm going to go back to this. You're going to be able to then just add it just like this. So I guess if I had a 5-minute countdown timer on right now, this would just count down for me. Again, I mean, remember, it doesn't have to be exact. So, if you notice the time is a couple seconds off, I mean, a couple seconds is not going to be a big deal for a countdown timer, like an on-screen timer. Because if that's on, if it's like 2 seconds off, I mean, it doesn't, just let your guest know that they have a certain amount of time to be on your show or, to do their segment, and that, you as the producer, you need to also be, I'd say this, I mean, like you may want to yank them off at some point if like, hey, they go from, if you give them 5 minutes and they go to 10 minutes, that's when you as the producer need to come on screen and say, hey, thanks a lot. We'll make sure, we have a follow-up session or so forth. But I want to turn it back over to Julie and Olga, actually. So this has been fun.
Yes. So Permafrost is asking, the mic is also muted during that countdown timer, correct? And yes.
Well, actually, so if it's the logo one that I'm pulling up, actually, that's actually not muted.
No, that one's not.
But if it is the countdown timer that Olga was demoing, the full screen one, that is actually, it would mute your mic, but you should be able to then actually unmute your mic. So.
Okay. Cartoon Talk asks, how long can you make a countdown timer? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 day, 2 days, a week, a month? That's a very long countdown timer if you're wanting to make a year-long countdown timer. In StreamYard, you're limited to your video upload. I don't know about Wave Video's capability and how long you could make one, but seems like a year would be quite a long video.
That must be a very special event to look forward to. That comes in 1 year, or a very special live streaming for that matter. Well, answering the question, you can create a 5 minute long, a countdown timer that would be 5 minutes long or 10 minutes even, but it would just you just continue going with this, with copying the text blocks in Wave, and it's quite simple. Just might take some time. As for a day or 2 days, unfortunately, that's not possible in Wave at the moment.
And countdown timers are, streaming is also dependent on what the platform allows. So like you make your, I would say this, don't make a countdown timer that's too long, experiment with it, because here's the thing, the goal actually of the countdown timer is also, so it's, if you set a 5 minute countdown timer, you should start your broadcast 5 minutes early. So start your broadcast 5 minutes early, hit that countdown timer. And so here's the thing, it's going to give people the ability, or it's going to give them the time to get to your broadcast, but it's also going to help with the algorithm a little bit. So the way the algorithm works is Facebook wants to see, for example, people tuning into your broadcast and commenting and engaging. And so if they start to see that, then they want to show your video to more people. It's Facebook, YouTube, they all work virtually the same. So, that's another great way to use the countdown timer. But again, you want to experiment with what works best. If you put a 10-minute one on and you find, hey, there's no one joining, and then your show starts and it's flat, I need to go back and try to build more of a community and make sure I get the word out to people through their email list, my social media channels, and much more.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
So,
do you want to answer this one?
Who is that, Julie?
The one that's on screen from Michael Daniels. He said he was asking, so no transparent video with people on screen, it would be a complete overlay.
Actually, so Michael, if you use the full screen overlay, the full screen countdown timer, that would actually play over top of everything. I did actually demo how you can bring an animated GIF into your logos area for a countdown timer. There was a 5-minute one, for example. So I'll actually shoot after this video is published. I'll try to get the timestamp and send you a link to that. But it's giveaway time, right?
Yeah, it is. So we have a t-shirt for you guys. We're going to do a black t-shirt. Enter in the comments #love StreamYard. And we will get those all entered in. So make sure you put in the #love StreamYard. We'll give everybody a minute. I know there's a delay. Dana, you're not eligible. We love you, though. Let's see. And I'm going to watch these comments here as they're coming in. So.
And I want to thank everyone, by the way, just for sticking around and just joining us for this Learn with StreamYard episode. I mean, I love all the questions that you all have had. And again, I mean, just don't worry. If we didn't get to your questions, by the way, so while Julie's working on the giveaway here, if we didn't get to the questions, for example, feel free to actually go and leave them in the Facebook group as well. We've got the Facebook group here. So you can go to facebook.com/groups/StreamYard community. Join us there as well with that. And, we'll answer your questions as well. You can go to the live video. So turn it back over to you.
Sounds good. All right. Looks like we have everybody in. I don't have the feature to bring it up on screen like Dan does during town hall. So I apologize, everyone. You do not get to see the fun names flash across the screen. I'm working on getting that feature. So hopefully soon. But our winner is, let me go over here and spin it. We have, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, what tool are you using? Because I know we don't have one that Dan uses, but what do you use to pick a winner?
I'm using Wheel of Names. And the only reason why I didn't have it was because I didn't want to open another tab on the screen in front of me. So I'm over on my iPad running it over there at the same time and entering everybody's names in there very quickly using abbreviations. So I got to scroll up and find that one. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have that available for you guys because that makes it so much easier. But our winner is Linda Sunshine West. So yay! Just
congratulations.
I don't know what that was. Send me a direct message on Facebook, and you are the winner. Or you can just send a message to the StreamYard page, and I'll get everything sent out to you.
Fantastic. So I want to thank everyone for joining. I mean, Olga, thank you so much for spending some time with us on how to create countdown timers for your live streams and showing how easy it is to make not just a 15-second countdown timer, or 30-second countdown timer, but also going into some of the longer ones as well. And obviously why people would want to make different types of countdown timers. Just a couple of quick notes, by the way, here. We have another Learn with StreamYard episode coming up. So that one is going to be, let me actually pull up the information here. So the next one's actually going to be, let's see, the 29th, I think, 29th of January. And we're going to actually be talking about, let's see, we're going to be talking about how to use animated GIFs in your StreamYard broadcast. So we've got a really great guest for that. Our guest is going to be Melanie Diane Howe. So that one will be broadcast here, youtube.com/, let's see, let me make sure I get this right. It's youtube.com/StreamYard. And also we'll be broadcasting it in the Facebook group. With that, I want to thank everyone for joining us. And we will see you all, next
thank you guys.
2 weeks.
Before we sign off, real quick, everybody, I want to make sure to also tell you, for those of you who are saying in the comments you never win, or you are wanting some merch, we are going to be continuing to do these giveaways on all of our live shows, so you can always tune in there. We also have a new Fan Friday feature that we are doing in the Facebook community, so you can go join there. And every Friday we will have ways to win some merch. And if you won a previous Friday, you won't be eligible the next Friday. So then that way you're not, we're not getting the same winners. You're going to get an extra chance, each time. So we did our first Fan Friday giveaway this morning. We gave away 3 prizes to some winners. So tune in next Friday for a post from me. I will have a post up with the instructions on how to enter to win. And that drawing will take place the following Monday. So, yay.
Fantastic. So
sounds exciting. Thank you guys so much. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for having me on the show. It's been a fun time with you guys, and you have a great community of StreamYarders. And thank you. Thank you all for watching.
Olga, this was amazing information. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We'll see you all in a couple weeks. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.